Lastly, experiences. Basing on other people's experiences, you may start developing an examination pressure. And the best example I remember the time I joined university and I was doing social sciences. I did a bachelor's in social work and social admin. We had a course unit of microeconomics. So many of the people who were above us, who were in 1, 2, and 2, 2 1s, and all of those other levels above us, they were telling us how difficult economics is. Now, I didn't do economics in high school. I did entrepreneurship, and I wasn't so good with the calculations, so like that. But for some reason, I convinced myself that I'm going to pass it because I believe in myself, and I chose not to such kind of their experiences, their words, their story, their story, a belief in my mind. So if you are and you're approaching exam, please, please, please do not pay attention to other people's experiences, because if you give them attention, if they are negative, they are going to pull you down into this, which is branded as examination pressure or anxiety, and it's not a good place for you to be in. Sometimes it's by the peers, you know, around yourself, and they're judging all this. Oh, I hate this exam, I don't like this course, I don't like this paper, this subject is complicated. Oh, look at the lecturer, he's sucking. Do not entertain such kind of information, because it will only grip your mind into a disaster, and you don't need to be in such a place, my friend. Now, let's think about how can we become then for us to be in position this examination pressure. And I grouped this into 3: how to stay calm before entering an exam, how to keep calm when you are in examination room, and also how to manage your mind after an examination, because that is very key. This anxiety, it comes in a trinity of anxiety process. If that exists anyway. One, there are people who get so tested before an exam, and if you are that kind of people who get very tested before an exam, this is a segment for you. Before entering an exam, what should you do? One, prepare adequately. That is one, you have to revise thoroughly. Do a thorough revision. If you've not done enough preps, then you're going to have issues. That, make discussion groups. Do not sit to listen while others are discussing. No, that's very dangerous. As a lecturer and as someone who has gone through education and who is still in education, an education process or in doing examination process, I surely and verily emphasize that you need to also participate in the discussion. Actually, it would be better if you are the one discussing complex ideas and, you know, discussing complex things or concepts to your colleagues, because it helps you a lot to have to know that you are ready enough for the paper. 2, make sure you have all of the requirements, or things which, you know, these are basic things like pens, pencils, papers, whatever you need to do your paper successfully. If you're going for examination which require calculators and all that, please have them before entering an examination room. Have them. Make sure you have all your identification requirements. Make sure you have all your school requirements. All of the things are very necessary. They help you to stay, to know, okay, I'm not going to waste a lot of time in running around with the people who are busy looking for fees defaulters, and then the guys from accounts, and then blah 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 and all that. No, And then the third nugget here is you have to stay positive. And hear me very well. Optimism is that one. Optimism is a very broad concept. A $1 million project concept. It's what billions of returns. I mean, in returns, in terms of helping you out. When you are positive, when you know that for the virtue have reached that examination period, you're going to make it. When you believe in yourself that irrespective of the paper, you are going to pass it. Actually, that is my one strength. I always believe and stay positive. Whether I read and I'm not clicking all things I've read, whether I've not done, thorough revision and all that, because there are times whereby you are, you've been engaged in so many things and you have not done the thorough revision. Positivity comes in to say, irrespective of all of the protocols in place, of how complex the subject is, or how complicated the paper is, I am going to excel in this paper. Once you position your mindset to you excelling in that paper, believe me, you're not going to start sinking in the pressure or in the anxiety which other people might fall victim of. And then how do we stay calm in an examination room? Because this is very, very key. One, after you knowing all that what it takes before entering an examination room, have entered, how do you stay calm in an examination room? One is you have to be steady and firm, have a steady and firm posture. And a steady and firm posture, the way you sit on the desk or on the locker or on the seat you have will determine how you're going to feel about yourself. Make sure you sit, you have a very steady and firm posture. Make sure you're sitting upright. Make sure your hands are free. Make sure your back is, like if you are someone who really likes leaning, make sure you're pushing yourself extreme edge of the seat and you are firm and comfortable. Make sure you're comfortable. Actually, when I am supervising papers, I ask students, once I notice they are not so comfortable the way they are seated, I come and ask them, are you comfortable with the way you're sitting, with the seat you're sitting at? Oh, you're not. If you're comfortable, please, I will advise you to look for a more convenient seat for you now. You might not be in a position whereby you're looking for a comfortable seat. Can you make yourself comfortable? Can you be steady and firm? 2, self-affirmations. When you're seated there, before you start writing, my brother, my sister, you need to start having these 10 seconds or 1 minute self-confirmations. Self-affirmations. For those of you who pray before an exam, it's really, really good. That's a very good gesture. If you're not praying, then at least start telling yourself, oh, I am brilliant. I always succeed. I am excellent, and excellence is my default. I always excel, even in this coming paper. Before I start writing it, I am going to perform beyond my expectations. And my paper, I'm going to perform beyond even the lecturers or the teacher's expectation. Once you start telling yourself that, then subconsciously you align your mind, you align your subconscious and your conscious mind to be in one accord. And believe me, there is nothing else going to make you to have anxiety or to get worried of this and this. Once you start telling yourself that, you know what, Daniel or Robert or Ronald, I am the best here. I am the brilliant person here. I am going to succeed in this exam. I'm going to excel. Success and excellency are part of my DNA and are a part of my default setting. Believe me, there will be nothing which will make you to have, to be on tension. And lastly, you have to manage your emotions. Sometimes enter into a paper when maybe you have a lot of pressing needs, a lot of issues. Maybe in that moment when you're entering the paper, you might have friction with the people who are going to supervise you. Or during that time when you're writing a paper, you might have